FM. Hello there. It is, what day is it? It is Friday, you know what that means. Welcome on in, my name is Kira Kennedy. We are live with Pokemon Violet Masuda Roulette. How are y'all doing today? Also, I am going to be also watching Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor live. Won't be showing the footage here because I don't need Tony Khan on my ass. I've got enough problems with copyright on YouTube as is. Without basically showing the pay-per-view for free. I'm just going to be my reactions are going to be up here while it's going. But let's go ahead and get this party started. How you doing, robots or roommates? This is going to be an interesting show, because the last time I watched a Ring of Honor show live was Super Card of Honor, and I wasn't a super big fan of that particular show. So I'm hoping that Death Before Dishonor is a little bit better, because even though this match was very this pay-per-view was very haphazardly thrown together this year. I'm gonna try to avoid using much of the the olive roll field here, just because I want to shoot. I love that Commander's basically got Alex Ibrahantes as his manager now. Because like normally he goes out with the Lucha Brothers and stuff, so it basically means Commander's basically part of. He's basically in a trio with the Lucha Brothers now at this point, which is kind of cool. Oh, no way. That actually kind of makes sense. They just explained why Commander's being tied to the Lucha Brothers manager, because he actually looked up to the Lucha Brothers growing up. Gravity. This is the first time I've actually seen this guy wrestle. I don't follow a lot of Lucha Libre, so like, this is a guy from AAA, one of the two biggest promotions in Mexico. Apparently, he's related to a guy by the name of Bandito, who's like a former Ring of Honor champion. I've seen Bandito wrestle, so if he's anything like his brother, this will be interesting. So weird that he comes to the ring in a spacesuit, but I guess it kind of fits with the name. Like, he calls himself Gravity. Very Buzz Lightyear inspired ring gear too. Like a look. Let me put it over here. Put it up in the corner there. So like, you see that? It's like it literally looks like Buzz Lightyear's costume, essentially. Yeah, Commander versus El Dia de Vikingo was a very good match as well. That was probably one of my favorite matches on the card. And then, you know, the idea of starting off with a very fast-paced Lucha Libre match is something I think is a very solid way Ring of Honor can start their shows. This is what WCW used to do all the time in the 90s. They would start with like a cruiserweight match to kind of get the crowd hyped up for the rest of the show. And for clarification, the cruiserweights, that was just like the kind of smaller division of wrestlers, or division of smaller wrestlers, which was either focused on more technical wrestling or like very fast-paced, high-flying wrestling. Sometimes both. Like Rey Mysterio was the biggest name out of WCW's cruiserweight division. Eddie Guerrero was another one. Most of you guys might be a little too young to know who he is, but you've definitely seen his son, Dominic, on not his son. Dominic is Ray's son, but there was a storyline where it turns out Eddie was actually Dominic's biological father in the mid-2000s. But, who else? Chris Jericho, if you ever watch AEW, he was a huge part of WCW's Cruiserweight division when they first got brought in. That's some Chikara bullshit right there. Just completely going in slow-mo for no reason. Ooh, that was a nice tope right there. Like, for me, sometimes the best topes are the ones that look... Yeah. Oh, come on. You robbed us of what's the name? Caprice Coleman's really good singing voice. Oh, mass Psyduck outbreak. No, thank you. Woohoo! That shooting star press. There are two reasons why why I'll ever comment on something looking like it's happening in slow motion. One is the amount of control a wrestler has when they're in the air, the fact that they can make it look like effortless. And then the other is like they're just not good at the high flying stuff, and it just looks like a disaster about to happen. Commander and Commander is one of those guys who makes the high flying stuff look effortless, essentially. Ooh! Fucked up there. It looked like he was trying to flip over the post and he got caught in the ropes. Could have gone south, thankfully it did not. That's the one thing, that's the one thing about this particular style of wrestling, that fast-paced, high-flying style, is out of all the wrestling styles, this is one where, like, it's very easy to really fuck yourself up if you're not careful. Like, there were wrestlers who they were trying to do these high-flying stuff, they landed the wrong way, and they either hurt themselves, or worse, they hurt their opponent. Legitimately. I've always said, like, the point of wrestling, it's all about the illusion. If you actually hurt somebody, that's a problem, right? We got one more. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh. Are you gonna jump? Oh no, he's gonna roll. He's gonna roll. Nope. Wait. Oof! That was a nice moonsault, though. Counted the moonsault by getting his feet up and just like kicking him right in the mush. Even as far as high impact moves go, this is a solid match to kick off the card, I would say. Which again, that's kind of what you want when you're running a wrestling show. You always want kind of the first match to set the pace. There are two very important matches when it comes to wrestling. Obviously the main event, that's the show everybody buys the show for or comes to see the show for. And then there's what's known as the curtain jerker, the match that will kick off the show. Because that match is what will set the pace for the show. If the kickoff match is terrible, 9 times out of 10, the rest of the show is not going to be good either. Now, obviously, 9 times out of 10 is a little a little maybe harsh to say, but yeah, no, it's a lot of times if the opening match is bad, that's generally a sign of how bad the rest of the show is gonna be. Crowd's definitely getting behind Gravity, and that's good. That's good. It kind of shows he has his brother's charisma. Because one thing Bandito was always known for is getting the crowd behind him and, like, really... Woof! A nice roundhouse kick from Commander. Smart man, Gravity. Rolled out of the ring to avoid getting pinned after that kick to the face. Oh! Whoa! Oh, that's one move Commander does that it's like basically he runs up the ropes, bounces on one set of ropes, bounces on the other set of ropes, and then there's a fucking corkscrew out of the ring. It looks fucking phenomenal. That's one of the things I love about Lucha Libre. It's so easy to screw up, but when you do it right, it's a thing of beauty to look at. There are very few styles of wrestling I will say are absolute garbage. Lucha Libre is one of those styles that you have there's a specific way you got to do it to make it look right. Especially with how focused on acrobatics Lucha Libre in particular is. Like I've watched some matches from like some of the Mexican promotions like CMLL and AAA, which are the two biggest promotions in the world. And the biggest problem I have with those is they're too fast-paced for me. They're so fast-paced that it looks sloppy at that point. Oh, drape him on the turnbuckle. Oh. Going for a rope walk. Rope walk into a springboard moonsault. That was pretty. That was pretty. It looks like he's going for Super Frankensteiner. Oh, that's... Oh, no. That's off the top. And he just... Ugh. Oh, Commander getting caught with the sudden roll-up. He missed the run. It looked a little messy because like it looked like he kind of didn't get all of it. So Gravity basically rolled him up into what's called a small package, which is basically like you kind of cradle him into a pin essentially. But the respect between these two. And with Ring of Honor, an important thing that they emphasize is this thing called the Code of Honor, where essentially they try to encourage wrestlers to shake hands before the match begins. It's an easy way for the bad guys to get like some what's known as heat in the match, essentially a way to get the crowd to be like, oh dude, that's a fucking dick move there, bud. Pac versus Gravity on Dynamite. Huh. Pac's not winning tonight, though. That's the thing. If anyone's going to beat Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World title, it's either going to be Eddie Kingston or Mark Briscoe. And I'm leaning more toward, as much as I love Mark, I would say I'm leaning more towards Eddie Kingston on that. Oh, 4-way tag title match. Here we go. Best Friends, the Kingdom, and Aussie Open taking on the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champs, the Lucha Brothers. Oh, that's not next. They're going over the match card right now. Oh, Samoa Joe and Dalton Castle for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. I love Dalton, but he ain't winning here. I'm sorry, bud. You ain't winning this one. Which is a shame, because Dalton Castle is probably one of my favorite wrestlers from Ring of Honor. His whole thing is like, it's like, because Dalton Castle, he's not always the best wrestler, but he is like an insanely charismatic guy. I remember there was AEW Rampage taping going on in Toronto back in October, and Dalton Castle, he just came out for a promo, but he had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand. Samoa Joe, though, he's also a guy who can really hold his own on the mic, and can also, like, he's just an absolute fucking monster in the ring. The television champion is actually one of the few titles Dalton Castle hasn't held. I think, besides the tag titles and the pure titles, they're the only titles in Ring of Honor. The television title is the only title he hasn't held yet, because he's a former world champion. And he held the 6-man championship with his boys, Brandon and Tyler, I think their names are. And the other cool thing about Dalton Castle is it always comes out to these dangerously close to the original sounding covers of Queen songs. Like, he used to come out to I Want It All, now he comes out to an obvious riff on Radio Gaga. Like, it's not as... I want to say it's not as blatant as the I Want It All cover, but it's pretty blatant. He even cuts like a mini promo on the way to the ring, which I love. He's not winning here, and I hate that he's not winning, but he's not. But this is going to be a good match. Because I'm interested to see how Joe kind of reacts to him. Hopefully the boys get out of the way sooner, otherwise Samoa Joe's gonna absolutely fucking demolish them. Oops. Where did you come from? Oh yeah, no, definitely don't risk pissing off Joe. I love how they split for the pyro for Joe's entrance. And I don't mean like fireworks, I mean like literal fucking pyro. Literal fire. But, you know, with Ring of Honor being able to work in those bigger venues since Tony Khan bought the company out, to save him from going out of business, essentially. Um, you know, I forget what I'm saying. You know, it definitely doesn't. It's definitely not as dangerous as it would have been trying to use, you know, even like those flamethrowers in a smaller venue. Like there was back when Impact Wrestling was still known as Total Nonstop Action. There was a TNA pay-per-view back in the Impact Zone, which was their kind of taping location in Universal Studios, where a bird somehow got in, flew into the pyro display, and they had to evacuate the arena for like 10 minutes to put out the fire. Oh, don't call him a bully. You're gonna make him mad, Stokely. Go here near the Code of Honor. Smart. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, Joe lost a match to CM Punk at Glitch tapings last week. It was the last week of the week before. Uh-oh. Yeah. Good thing Stokely wore the brown pants today. Uh-oh. Dalton? He's just running around the ring, like... And there's a Dalton Castle cosplayer in the crowd, because of fucking course there is. Oh, he was a television champion. Okay. Was he? Really? Huh. I mean, I'm not as versed with the, I'll admit I'm not as versed with the title history in Ring of Honor than I am with other promotions, but I'm gonna have to look that up. Was Dalton Castle a television champion? Alright. Television championship? Alright, let's go ahead and... Alright, let's see the champions. Reigns. List of Ring of Honor World Television Champions. Title history? Oh, okay. Dalton Castle was the one who dropped the title to Rhett Titus, who dropped it to Minoru Suzuki, who beat Joe. So Dalton Castle was champion during the pandemic, essentially. Because Ring of Honor was one of the promotions. They took a bit of a sabbatical at the start of the pandemic, but they were one of the few promotions that just didn't let anybody go during the pandemic. Which, when a company that was on the verge of going out of business, like Ring of Honor was, didn't try to release anybody, but WWE let people go because of budget cuts, that fucking says something. Stokely Hathaway is one of those guys one of those wrestling personalities that's just fucking hilarious. Like his whole thing is just talking up a big game, which is I think this is actually 1525, so. The one thing I love about Dalton Castle too is the boys, Brandon. I think it's. I need to actually see what the fucking boys' names are. State twins. Brandon and Brent. One of the funniest things is Brandon and Brent are the kind of boys. They're his kind of main two boys essentially, and their whole thing is always kind of like they have like these fans that they'll fan Dalton. So like one of the ways they'll try to get him, you know, when you know getting momentum up. Or just to kind of taunt the wrestlers Dalton is facing, is they'll just furiously fan at Dalton. That's one thing I love about Ian Riccaboni. He's one of the commentators on this show. He always seems to take any kind of shots at him being a total nerd, and just like leans into it. It's like, hey, look, I may be a nerd, but I'm also a geek. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I mean, Dalton Castle is a former world champion. Probably would have had a decent reign if he hadn't had that back injury. Cause like, right in the I think like a couple of months after he won the title, he actually had to drop it due to a back injury. Had to completely change up his wrestling style too. Not like he was like a super big high flyer, but that's one thing I always appreciate about Ring of Honor as opposed to the AEW is they give a reason why sometimes the refs will relax their enforcement of the rules a little bit more. Like during championship matches, because they don't want to have no, Brandon and Brendan, stay away from Joe, please. What was I saying? I was saying now. Oh yeah. They a title can't change hands by disqualification. This is a huge thing. And, you know, they'll sometimes let a little more slide. I think even New Japan does this. Well, they'll let a little bit more slide in a championship match because they don't want a championship match to end due to like a disqualification or something. Whereas in AEW, 9 times out of 10, the refs will just ignore it with no explanation. Which is funny because since both companies are owned by the same person, they employ a lot of the same refs. Ah, crap. Boys kept Dalton from falling out of the ring. Well, then he would have fallen, He would have fell and landed on the floor. Oh. One of Joe's known spots, or the things he's known for, is when a wrestler tries to dive at him, he'll just casually step out of the way. And he almost did that to, that almost happened to Dalton, but the boys were there to kind of stop him from going face first into the barricade, essentially. I love Stokely. It's like, what the hell's the fans gonna do? There's AC in the building. Ah, crap. Okay. Woo! Goddamn T-Bone, Joe is not a small man. Well, I just turned to fucking Homer Simpson for a second, like, ooh! Goddamn German suplex! It's a strategic retreat, Caprice. Trying to get that second. He's trying to get his win back. Oh no, Stokely. Stokely's trying to get the boys ejected. The crowd doesn't like the boys got ejected. Normally they don't have the ring announcer announce that. There's gonna be some shenanigans going on here. Oh, he kicked him in the dick! Why? Why did he kick him in the dick? Oh wait, he's a bad guy. So just literally kick Dalton in the dick and then put him in the coquina clutch, which is just like a grapevine sleeper hold. And Dalton's out. Joe retains. You knew there was going to be some kind of shenanigans with how long the ref kind of had his back turned to the middle of the ring. Which makes sense. Joe's a heel. Heels cheat. And like I said, there was no way Dalton was winning this match. I love the look on Stokely's face, because Joe just kind of patted him and said, like, good member of the board of directors. Or of course, oh, it's an elimination match, I guess? Yeah, like the Tag Champs main event at one of the only Ring of Honor pay-per-views I actually ordered before Tony Khan bought the company. One of the first Ring of Honor pay-per-views I ordered was Final Battle 2018, I think. Oh no, sorry, there was also the G1 Supercard, but that was a collaboration with New Japan and Ring of Honor at the time, because Ring of Honor had a partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling. In fact, that show, the G1 Supercard, was what ended their partnership, because the booking on Ring of Honor's end was so... The matches on Ring of Honor's end were fucking terrible. Like, there was only, like, maybe one pure Ring of Honor offering that didn't suck, and that was the three-way ladder match for the world title at the time. Everything else was a disaster from Ring of Honor's end. One of the joint matches, the joint winner-take-all matches between Ring of Honor and New Japan wrestlers had some controversy because some very controversial figures, former WWE wrestlers, kind of showed up without New Japan knowing about it. Ring of Honor had worked on it, had kind of worked it out, but they didn't tell New Japan. And that instance itself of those former WWE guys running into the ring and, you know, out of the crowd, which you're never supposed to do. If you're ever at a wrestling show, do not charge the ring as a fan. You'll get kicked out, you'll get charged, and you'll most likely get the shit kicked out of you by the wrestlers. That kind of sounds like Adam Cole's old Ring of Honor theme, I just realized. Mike Bennett paying tribute to Jay Briscoe. It is Adam Cole's old theme. It is Adam Cole's old Ring of Honor theme. That's interesting. I mean, to be fair, Adam Cole was a founder of the Kingdom, along with Mike Bennett and Matt Taven, but... Oi, oi, oi! I remember... I've seen... I saw half of Aussie Open wrestle live at Forbidden Door. He was part of a trios match between his stable United Empire. It was him, Jeff Cobb, and T.J. Perkins against a New Japan faction, another New Japan faction called Los Ingobernables de Japón. They were facing off against Shingo Takagi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Bushi. Cero! Miedo! Cero! Miedo! Anima! Miedo! Meet us in the ring! We're the Mexicans. It's a fight we bring, hanging by a string. Zero's up, M's down. The Lucha Brothers are probably one of my favorite tag teams in wrestling right now. I feel like we're missing someone here, but maybe I'm wrong, because I feel like there's only been 3, and usually the champions come out last. Kingdom? Oh, no. No, wait, yeah, no. The Kingdom, Aussie Open, Best Friends, and the Lucha Brothers. That's 4. So yeah, they were the last team that came out. But it's good to see Mark Davis is back in the ring now, because he, right before Aussie Open actually got signed to AEW, Mark Davis had like a really bad injury. He had to vacate because he and his partner Kyle Fletcher were the New Japan Strong Tag Team Champions at the time. New Japan Strong is New Japan Pro Wrestling's American division. So like sometimes you'll get some Japanese wrestlers there, but it's mostly like a lot of American indie wrestlers, and you know, wrestlers who work in like Impact and AEW. Basically, any promotion that has a working relationship with New Japan make the occasional appearance in New Japan Strong as well. Yeah, that's true, actually. The only major American promotion the Lucha Brothers haven't held tag gold in now is WWE. Because they're former Impact Tag Champs. They're former AAA World Tag Champs. I don't know if they really ever won the titles in CMLL, but there's a weird political thing between CMLL and AAA, because AAA actually split off from CMLL. And there's like, essentially like, AAA wrestlers can't work CMLL shows and vice versa. Like, which was very weird, because like at last year's Forbidden Door there was a match where the AAA World Tag Team Champions at the time, FTR, were in a winner-take-all tag match involving the Ring of Honor World titles, which they also held at the time, and the IWGP World Heavyweight Tag titles. Oh, sorry, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag titles. It's the American healthcare system. A cup of coffee at a hospital costs more than $9.99. Oh yeah, that's right. Trent and Rocky, former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Champs. Although, the best friends are not Trent and Rocky, they're Trent and Chuck and... Oh. Future Pro Wrestling. How old is Phoenix? I can't imagine he and Penta aren't, like, in their 30s. Ray Phoenix is 32 years old. He's a year older than me. Meanwhile, Penta... Oh, he's a little over a year older than me. Now, Pentagon is 30. God damn, Pentagon's pushing 40. He doesn't look it. Now, granted, you know, he's got a mask covering the rest of his face, but like, I would have guessed he was in his mid-30s, not his late. But it just goes to show, like, there are some wrestlers, they do not look their age. Like, Finn Balor. That man is 41 now. He looks like he's maybe a little bit older than me. I'm 31. He doesn't move. I mean, that's not to say that's not a fair statement to make. Like saying he doesn't move like he's in his 40s, because that doesn't really mean much anymore, to be honest. Like there are some wrestlers who are in their 50s that still move like insanely well in the ring. I hate when they do this four-corner thing where you gotta tag, where the other teams have to tag into the match, and they can only have like 2 wrestlers in the ring at a time. I feel like it overcomplicates things. Senton Tomoko? Nope. He just jumped over the top rope like he was gonna do a senton, stepped over the guy's chest, kicked him in the face. The way they were building it up. Oh, Chuck with the slow-mo senton to Tomoko. I do like how for the Ring of Honor shows they kept the old pandemic era hard cam from AEW where instead of focusing on the crowd, they focus on the entrance. It's something different. Cause like the standard for American wrestling shows is that the hard cam usually faces like one side of the arena with the entrance. Like I'll use my camera to kind of show as an example, but let's say the entrance is here. Yeah, the entrance would be here. This would be where the rest of the crowd is, and then this is where the commentators would be. Woo! That tope from Taven completely took out. Whoa, double tope con hilo. Wait. Mike Bennett's not really known for his dives. Oh, good thing everyone's standing there to catch him, otherwise this could be dangerous. That's one of the problems a lot of people have with indie wrestling is like, you know a big spot's coming when like a lot of wrestlers kind of congregate like right next to the ropes, essentially. I'm usually indifferent to it, but I laugh when I see that happen sometimes. There are some wrestling fans who just fucking hate when that happens, because they feel like it kind of takes away from the illusion of pro wrestling. That was a nice frog splash from Taven. Taven has a nice frog splash. It'd be interesting if the Kingdom wound up winning the tag titles here. Because they are former tag champs anyways. Like, I think they're IWGP Junior Tag Champs too. Because like they were part of that era of Ring of Honor when like their partnership with New Japan was like really strong. Like you would have Ring of Honor wrestlers winning New Japan Gold as well, and vice versa. I have no idea what the crowd is chanting there. Sounds like change your muscles or shave your muscle? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is it involves muscles. That's the cool thing about these kind of smaller venues that like what Ring of Honor uses, is like, even though it's still got a sizable crowd, it's still small enough where sometimes you can hear that it's easier to get a chant started. It's kind of a cool thing and a bad thing, right? Like, I think I went to an NXT show at an arena about the size of what this arena called, the Cure Insurance Arena. I don't know what the capacity is here, but I remember I went to an arena about this size for a WWE NXT live event, and like, it was cool getting like, it was one of those arenas where it was small enough that you could easily get a chant started there. Ooh, going for the double package pile driver. No, Taven kind of scooches out of it. The rope run penalty kick from Phoenix, because Phoenix is just Penta driver. Taven kicks out of the Penta driver. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be the match where the Lucha Brothers drop the tag titles. It's just hard to say who. Maybe Aussie Open? Whew. They're just taking everybody out right now. I wouldn't be against Aussie Open winning the Ring of Honor tag titles, as long as it doesn't relegate them to Ring of Honor television. Because the big problem there is Ring of Honor doesn't really have a TV deal right now, so the only way you can watch Ring of Honor usually is with their streaming service Honor Club, which kind of limits them to just hardcore fans, which makes it hard for their audience to grow. Which is not for lack of trying from Tony Khan. Like, he apparently tried really hard to get Ring of Honor like a proper TV deal, to the point where, as much as I hate to say it, one of the choices they made in Champions was putting the world title on Chris Jericho, because he thought having the title on a big name might help. But unfortunately, a lot of TV executives just didn't see any money in Ring of Honor, I guess. Hopefully, like, the one good thing I will say about the writer's strike is that this is going to sincerely benefit the WGA SAG after strike. Is that this is going to seriously benefit the it's good for AEW and WWE, because they're actually in the process of renegotiating their TV deals. So, like, who knows? It's possible that maybe this could lead to more of a presence for Ring of Honor on TV as well. Doomsday Superplex. That's a new one. Oh, you gotta give the people what they want. Damn it, Bennett! Soul Food into the half and half suplex. Now you give the people what they want. No, Taven. Awful Waffle. This is vintage Maria. Trent just kind of comes up, like, yeah, she has boobs, but I'm your best friend. Holy crap! All right, so we're in the point of the match where everyone's kind of spamming finishers now. So I think we're getting close to the end game, which means I think what? Oh, Bennett pulled Penta out of the pin. So that means it's not elimination, it's sudden death, basically. Spike Pile Driver. Oh no, I think the Kingdom are winning the titles here. Nope, Penta kicks out at... Barely kicks out at 1. Actually, oops, Damn it, Greg! Well... Pretty sure that's gonna lead to the... Oh, strong 0. Oh! They pulled the ref out of the ring to stop the pin. Oh, the Lucha Brothers are turning heel. For good reason, though. I mean, it's kind of justified. It's a fatal 4-way. Who are you going to disqualify? Why you got to distract the ref? And Phoenix got thrown to the crowd. Davis barely breaks up the pin. I think Aussie Open are winning. Oof! Sandwich clothesline into... Yeah, no, Aussie Open win. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah! First match back as a tag team. They win. Well, probably not their first match back, but they're Ring of Honor tag champs. I support this. Alright, next video package. I'm gonna take a quick little break to go get some water. Alright, I'm gonna go take a little break before the match starts to get some water. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. Back in time for the fight without honor. But that's... Okay, so... The Dark Order originally started out as a cult, essentially. And the fact that, the Righteous, which is essentially... You'd be surprised how common the idea of a wrestling cult... a gimmick of wrestling cults is. Oh, no, it's not the Fight Without Honor. It's a 6-man title match. So you got Wato Taguchi and Leon Ruffin. The Funky Weapon, formerly known as Dropkick Master. 69 to luck. Ryusuke? God damn, Bobby Cruz. It's Ryusuke. Jesus. Yeah, this... I will be surprised if Mogul affiliates lose their 6-man tag titles here. Leon Ruff, I got my braids back! Former NXT North American champion. Oh, hello! Hey, wait, where's, oh, there it is. I was gonna say, one of them was missing their 6-man tag. It's nighttime, so let's... There we go. Ah, crap baskets. Oh, okay. I don't think changes it. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of title changes tonight, to be perfectly honest. Like, I think the only other title that might be changing hands here is the women's title. That's a big maybe. Okay. Yeah, no, that's right. Now let's check and see if this Go-Goat is marked. Nope. I think this is the first time where Taguchi's wrestled for Tony Khan, because let's not mince words here. Ring of Honor is a Tony Khan product, even if it's not often connected to AEW. They took away a lot of the connection they used to have. Even though, like, there's... I'm rambling a lot. Taguchi's another guy, like, he's in his 40s as well, like, he actually looks younger than he used to. That's the funny thing. Actually, I think this is one of Taguchi's more long-running tag team partnerships. Because he and Watto were... they worked together... I think they've worked together since, I want to say, at least 2021. Oh no. Double German by Cage. I still don't know your name. Oh god, there's a drunk fan in the crowd. Way too close to the camera. That's, again, one of the downsides of a smaller crowd like this is you fucking hear everything. Every drunk dumbass. Well, it was a good run. It was a good run, Leon. But, Freezing. Yeah, Taguchi's usually a lot more laid back. Funny thing, Taguchi is actually a multiple-time former IWGP Junior Tag Champ. His partners include Prince Devitt, who some of you may know as now as Finn Balor, Ricochet, I think those were the only guys he's actually won tag gold with, but he's also worked with Kushida. What the fuck is Big Bill? Why is Big Bill watching this? Fun fact, one of the wrestlers who were involved in the run-in that cost Ring of Honor their relationship with New Japan, Big Bill. This was just after he was let go from WWE. God damn, almost turned him inside out with that clothesline. Oh my god, we got another shiny. It's a shiny, shiny, fucking Deerling. There they are. That's 2 shinies tonight. That's crazy. Oh, okay, that's just racist. They're calling him Cheeseburger. Not, like... Cheeseburger is another black wrestler who happens to be very skinny like Leon Ruff. So that's why I'm saying that's just racist. Alright, Watto's in. Now things are gonna get a little more serious. Watto's one of those... Like, he's only... This kid's only 26 years old, and he's really good in the ring. I had to double check, because, like, I remember there was a while ago, like, the first... I was saying on Twitter how, like, this is the first time... It was the first time I'd seen him wrestle back at Wrestle Kingdom a few years ago. Respond to my heart, Keystone Charizard Mega Evolve. How you doing, Max? Yeah, you've missed it so far. I've got 2 shinies. A shiny, Go-Goat, and a shiny Deerling. IWGP Junior Tag Champ. We have to clarify that. Because there's 2 sets of IWGP Tag Champs. There's the Heavyweight Division Tag Champs, and there's the Junior Heavyweight Division Tag Champs. Ooh. Koji. Almost like a reverse Koji clutch from Watto. Just quoting the Pokemon anime? Yep. I know that. That's, oh god, we're in Tauros territory. Oh, is he gonna call for the bum AA? It's a flying asshole. It's funny how he calls about the funky weapon, because he's barely got an ass. Oh, Taguchi's dead. It was a good run. Oh, no. Oh, almost gave him a free German. I'm doing okay so far. Like I said, 2 shinies so far. Watching a pretty solid Ring of Honor pay-per-view tonight. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. You know, I know I said earlier, I'm taking next week off because of the burnout. But, you know, I'm doing a little bit better now. Yeah, I'm at least doing okay right now. But I appreciate you looking after me, bud. I always appreciate it. Yep. But the good news is, it's a Kingdom Hearts stream. So... Oh my god, Leon Ruffins. Okay, oh, trying to go for a crucifix. Didn't work. Oh! Kicked him in the dick. Oh! Taguchi gave him a receipt. Probably more helpful tomorrow. Ah, no, I get it. I've been looking up some videos on how to deal with Braig, but hopefully they help. Ooh, nice spin kick. Oh, and Cage with the spinning lariat. Whoa! Holy friggin' diving cutter from Leon Ruffin. Oh no. Ooh! I felt that kick, Jesus. I mean, a lot of it's sound, but still. And he's dead. Con! Jesus, the air Ruffin got there. He went a solid 10 feet in the air there. They threw him like a solid 10 feet in the air. Maybe 7. Maybe 7 feet. Let's be more realistic. Maybe 7 feet. Or 6. Let's say 7. Let's not go for the wrestling trend of over-exaggeration. But yeah, I was not expecting a title change there. Which is always fun, you know, when they kind of pass your expectations a little. Shibata and Daniel Garcia. This is going to be interesting, because Daniel Garcia's whole thing is pelvic thrusts, whereas Shibata is kind of a wrestler that doesn't take anybody's shit. Like, even in the build-up package for this, Shibata flat out says, like, I don't like his dance. I mean, I was able to beat his nobody in Kingdom Hearts 2 when it came to Braig. So, I think if I can figure out another way to get past, like, the actual Braig, it took me a few tries to get past his nobody. I remember that. Alright. This will be a good match, though, because even with the stupid dancing gimmick, Daniel Garcia is still a hell of a wrestler. But I don't see Garcia beating Shibata here. Oh yeah, and with a pure rules match, because that's what this is under. There's like a specific set of rules. You only get a certain amount of times you can use the ropes to break a pin or a submission hold. You can't punch somebody in the face with a closed fist. First time you lose a rope break. Second time it's a disqualification. It's a 20 count for when you're outside of the ring instead of a 10 count. And I think the title can actually change hands on disqualification and count out. I was still wearing the tights from Blood and Guts. I will say, watching Katsuyori Shibata wrestle live in Toronto at Forbidden Door was probably one of my favorite matches on the show. Just because like there's a moment where like literally you have Shibata and another wrestler, Zack Sabre Jr., putting the other two guys in the four-way into submission holds and then slapping the shit out of each other while they have the other guys in submission holds. It was kind of one of my favorite spots of the night. Shibata's another guy who looks like he hasn't aged like at all. Like, guy's got to be in his like late 40s, early 50s. He looks like he did 10 years ago. Katsuyori Shibata. Oh, he's only 43. Yeah, okay. Like, I thought he was older because like he's around the same age as guys like Hiroshi Tanahashi and Shinsuke Nakamura, who are I think Nakamura's in his mid-40s as well. Be a sneak peek after Brage's Bash, we get to go to the best world in the game. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, one of the other rules about pure rules is I think it's like there's a time limit to the match, and if a pin isn't achieved within that time limit, it goes to essentially a decision like in MMA or boxing. But there's a little bit more of a sports element to pure wrestling rules as well. In that, like I said, if you don't win the match within the time limit, it goes to a decision. So they always make an effort to point out that yeah, we've got judges at ringside too. I can't remember what the time limit is for a pure rules matches though. I think it's like a 20-minute time limit because that's usually the standard for. I totally missed what Bobby Cruz had said about the time limit. I could probably go back and let me go back real quick and see. Oh no, that's not what I was looking for. Hang on. Hang on. I'm just gonna go back for a sec. Just gonna go back real quick and see. Oh, nope. Not far enough. Alright, so we're just going back so I could see what, 60-minute time limit. Okay, that tends to be the standard for title matches in AEW, and especially when we get to go to Disneyland. Oh, okay. Yeah, there was a world I saw that looked kind of like Disneyland. Oops. All right, Shibata trying to force Garcia to use his first of the 3 rope breaks. Yeah, so Garcia's used his first of 3 rope breaks. After he uses up all 3, you can't use the ropes to break a pin or submission anymore. So technically, you could tap out to a submission that's done inside the ropes. Oh yeah, that's right. The title, like I said, title can change hands on count and disqualification. Yeah, mocking Shibata with the kind of just sitting in the middle of the ring like, get over here. Oh god, he brought up the headbutt. I did not know that. I think I talked about this during the final battle pay-per-view, but Shibata had to retire for the better part of 7 years, I want to say, because he had a match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship against the champ at the time, Kazuchika Okada. And Shibata is not known for really half-assing it in the ring. Let me speculate on other worlds. Oh, I appreciate that. Anyways, so Shibata's not exactly known for half-assing it in the ring. So there was one spot in the match where Shibata grabbed Okada by the head, headbutted him so hard you could actually hear like a clap almost. Like you could hear a sick thud. And Shibata actually made himself bleed from that. After the match was over, Shibata actually collapsed backstage. Turns out that headbutt, with that headbutt, he gave himself a subdural hematoma. He almost died. Like, legitimately almost died. Had to retire for 7 years. Like, he did get physical on occasion within those 7 years. But, like, he didn't really start wrestling again until, I want to say, last year. He had a little exhibition grappling match with... at Wrestle Kingdom, which is New Japan's biggest show of the year. And then he started working in AEW because they let him wrestle full matches, but he had to really tone down his style. For good reason. I mean, you know, you headbutt someone so hard you give yourself a subdural hematoma. That's generally not a good thing. Ooh. Bridging, that's different. But that's smart, trying to work on... I would argue it's probably better to work on his back or his legs, because Daniel Garcia, his finisher is like a version of the sharpshooter called the Dragon Slayer. And considering one of Shibata's finishers is a penalty kick, it would actually be smarter to go for the legs as well, try to take the power out of the penalty kick. And Shibata is a hell of a kicker too, so if you take the power out of his legs, that kind of takes the power out of his finisher. Dude! He's basically asking for more. Like, come on, hit me harder! That was always Shibata's thing too. It's like, I want you to hit me as hard as you can. It's like that scene from Dragon Ball Bridge. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. Like I said, Garcia is a hell of a wrestler. The only problem I have with him is his stupid dancing gimmick. But that's just because, in general, dancing gimmicks are not great in wrestling. Like, the belief I've always had is, like, unless you can really make a dancing gimmick work, they tend to be the kiss of death. And it's very hard to make a dancing gimmick work. Uh-oh. Shibata's like, are you fucking serious right now? turning into Ace Ventura now with the pelvic thrusts. Oh, when Shibata sits down, that means one thing. He's inviting you to essentially get into a slap fight with him. And that is not for the sake of comedy. They actually start kind of either slapping each other or chopping each other in the chest. Oh my god, he's doing the stupid dance as he gets down. as he sits down. Like, you wouldn't think Shibata toned himself down as much as he did, but he's not being as reckless with, like, the headbutts and stuff now. That's like, really the only thing he's toned down. Ugh. Face wash. Not a fun move. Basically, he's running and he's kind of moving his foot across the guy's face. Or he's making it look like he's moving. Okay, that's actually a good reason to have gone after the arm there, because it's easier to break out of the sleeper hold. Because the sleeper hold is how the sleeper hold is usually how Shibata sets up for the PK. And here's the thing, Shibata actually went into MMA. He's one of the few wrestlers who I can't even say he successfully went into MMA. I think he lost a lot of his fights. But Shibata, along with Hiroshi Tanahashi and Shinsuke Nakamura, actually were part of an era where the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Antonio Inoki, wanted his wrestlers to be as tough as possible. So he actually encouraged them to start doing MMA as well. Like Shibata, he actually left wrestling for a few years to join MMA, to do MMA full time, and even Nakamura has a couple MMA matches under his belt. I don't know if Tanahashi ever did the MMA thing, but I know Shibata leaving New Japan was a real sour point for Tanahashi at one point, because he left when New Japan was financially at their worst, Shibata, and then a couple years after he left to do MMA, he actually joined New Japan's biggest rival promotion at the time, Pro Wrestling Noah, which really pissed off a lot of New Japan fans, to the point when Shibata eventually came back to New Japan, they hated his guts because he went to they saw him as like a traitor, essentially. He went to the other promotion. Alright, we're at the point where they're trading forearms. Garcia's getting a little more serious now, which is... Oof! Shibata's at the point in the match where he just starts no-selling everything. Jeez, that was a brutal German. Bye, Mareep. We're gonna leave you alone. This is a solid match. But with Shibata, you're always going to get a really solid, hard-hitting match. Oof! Bicycle kick right to the face. Oh, none of you are shiny. You got the Kawada kicks. Oh, trying to go for the bitch maker, it didn't work. So into the Dragon Slayer. Sorry, Dragon Tamer. So what the bitch maker essentially is Okada has a finisher called the Rainmaker, which is essentially what's known as a ripcord lariat. So he'll kind of turn the guy away, pull him in, hit him with a clothesline. The bitch maker changes the clothesline into a slap. Oh! Garcia counter. Oh, fuck. Shibata countered it into like a dragon sleeper almost. Or like a reverse STF. Woo! Oh. Oh! Sleeper's in. Garcia's down. Going for the peak. Nope. Trying to go for the bad arm to break the sleeper. He's dancing in the sleeper hold as he goes out. Alright, here comes the PK. It's good! That was a good match. That was a good match. God, that last shot from Shibata, like... A lot of time, what I found out with AEW in particular is they tend to sweeten the sound of the chops. Like, they'll have, like, a generic slap sound effect that plays over the chops to help kind of sweeten it for TV. But, ugh, I can't imagine that one tickled. It might have been something I'd noticed with the SmackDown tapings I went to. I don't know. It's been a while since I've gone there. Then it seemed more noticeable when I went to the AEW tapings I've been to. It's one of those things like once you notice it, you kind of can't unring that bell. Oh. Garcia giving him the finger instead of shaking his hand for the Code of Honor. So Shibata grabs him by the finger and shakes his hand that way. I think you broke it. I'm curious, like, who they would have Shibata drop the title to. Alright, so, yeah. Oh! Oh, Willow and Athena are main eventing? Interesting. I mean, Claudio's obviously retaining here, but... Or maybe they're not... Okay, so the six-man fight without honor between the Dark Order and the Righteous. Basically the battle of the wrestling cults. a decent promo too. They don't have that habit of wrestling promos where the cadence sounds like really forced. Like even probably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Kenny Omega, has this problem where his cadence makes him sound like a really shitty anime villain. Well, I'm glad that Aussie Open doesn't have that problem with their promos. Yeah, the first time I'd ever seen the Righteous have like an entrance or anything was at Forbidden Door. I actually really like their presentation. And what a Fight Without Honor basically is it's an unsanctioned match essentially. But the whole thing about it is like they push this as like a really dangerous match where like basically people do it only to beat the shit out of each other. It's essentially like supposed to be saved for like the most personal of feuds. It's been a while since I've seen Alex and Silver, Reynolds and Silver come out with their masks. It was like the last time they did that was when they were like the full-blown like evil cult wrestlers instead of the goofy, fun-loving wrestlers who, you know, were a cult at some point, but they were a cult of lovable idiots. With this being a Fight Without Honor, I think this is going to be the match that gets like a lot of color, I think. Especially with the fact that the Righteous are wearing white. Little pro tip, if the promotion allows for bleeding and wrestlers are wearing white in a match, that means somebody is most likely going to bleed. Ooh, the hockey punch with Stu and Uno, the former tag partners. The former Super Smash Brothers. That was actually what their tag team was called before they were the Dark Order. Now, they were partners for the better part of 20 years. I didn't know they were in Ring of Honor. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Curse you, conveniently placed table! Also, I don't understand why they have to have everything one-on-one when it's a Fight Without Honor and there's no rules. Was that as good for you as it was for me? It's a good thing that table was there. Oh no, that's a barbed wire wrap 2x4. And Johnny's feeling a little inadequate there. Oh! Kicked him in the face. Now here's the thing when it comes to barbed wire and AEW and the Ring of Honor in this situation. It's not legitimate. They usually gimmick it in a way where it's a lot safer. Where it's not actually gonna hurt them. And this is why I was saying... This is why I was saying if a wrestler wears white, they're going to bleed. Because the big guy in the righteous is taking the time to blade now. Which is a way wrestlers use to help kind of get color into matches. A relatively safer way than the alternative, which is hitting them so hard that the skin breaks naturally. Which is known as hard wave. I'm not... Dutch, that's his name. Okay, that's the big guy's name. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, if the camera turns away from a wrestler after they take a very weird shot to the head, they're blading, essentially. Which is the act of... I don't want to go too much into it, because it's... Reynolds is... Reynolds... Ugh. Oh, here come the thumbtacks. Whenever you see a bag, 9 times out of 10, it's thumbtacks. Oh, silver. Boss man slam into the thumbtacks. Ouch. Can't gimmick those, unfortunately. Okay, thank God that was a chair shot to the back and not the head. That always makes me uncomfortable when wrestlers do the chair shots to the head. Uno going face first into the chair that got wedged into the corner. Tear in the mask of Uno means they're opening up so he can blade. Oh, sweeping the tacks out. Don't I'd say sweeping them out of the ring, but no, just moving them off the side a little more. Ugh. That's an image. The tacks in Silver's back. And here comes the table. Another table. Yeah. The Uno bled a little. He bladed a little now. Like I said, that's one way to really add like a lot of emotional weight to a match, is to add blood to it. It's funny because there was a dark side of the ring this week on a wrestler named Abdullah the Butcher, who was known for being a very, very brutal wrestler. But he actually cost someone a WWE contract because he gave him Hep C. Oh, God. I hate it when they start licking the blood. Silver saving Uno from getting dropped into the tax. Oh no! They're gonna give him a triple power bomb outside of the ring. Those two tables right outside. And when tables are set up, it's like Chekhov's gun. When tables are set up, you know someone's going through them. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Stu Grayson swept basically the attack across a huge chunk of the ring. All right, Vincent eating the barbed wire 2x4. Like pretty much John's the only one that's not bleeding from the head at this point, and you know he still has the thumbtacks in his back. Okay, those aren't thumbtacks. They're not gonna introduce more thumbtacks. That's probably something worse. Glass, maybe? Which thankfully, 9 times out of 10 is just sugar glass, but still. Legos! Oh no! Oh fuck, they brought Legos! The only thing that would have been worse would have been D4s. Oh boy, Chekhov's Legos have been introduced. I mean, it's not gonna be as, let's be honest, it's not gonna be as bad as the tax, but still. Ooh, you ever step on a fucking Lego? Imagine being power bombed on that. Ooh, that's thumbtacks and Lego. The table didn't break, oh no. I am the table. And another power bomb into the Tex and Lego. Uno kicks out. Oof. You can see the Legos in Uno's back too. You see all this blood now, you want to call OSHA. Oh no, barbed wire table. From under the ring. Duh. Ian Riccaboni, he sees the barbed wire table being pulled out of the ring. Where did they get that barbed wire table from? From under the ring. Duh. Alright, so that's the double stack. Those are the side-by-side tables. So it looks like Reynolds gonna get thrown through those tables by Grayson. Looks like a running DVD, I guess? No, that's... Oh. Okay, no, he was gonna put him through the barbed wire table. Oh, that's not good for the knees. Basically, Reynolds... It's a barbed wire wrap table, Caprice. Try to keep up. Yes. They showed it before. Reynolds gonna put Dutch into the barbed wire table. That broke a lot easier than the last one. Because usually, like a lot of stuff in wrestling, they'll gimmick the weapons to make them a little easier a little safer to take. There's certain ones that won't, like the tacks. Lego, you can't really gimmick Lego. Although you could probably use, like, rubber or whatever. Okay, so, Silver has thumbtacks in his kick pad. Ooh! Kawada kicks with the thumbtack-wrapped, kick pad. Took a page out of the Young Bucks book, putting... Oof. I would hardly call them sworn enemies, but, yeah, it looks like they're finally gonna be using those double tables. And there's the ladder. Under the ring, Caprice. You saw him pull it from under the ring. Oh, that's a big one, too. That'd be like a 20-foot ladder? Maybe 10? Probably 10-foot ladder. 10-foot ladder. 10-foot ladder. Ian Riccaboni confirmed it as a 10-foot ladder. "12-foot ladder, oh no." Also, Stu Grace is 5'10". I'm 6'2". I always thought Stu was taller than me. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Stu is gonna go through those double tables. Oof. But they did it in the safest way possible. When you get two tables right next to each other and you have a spot plan for that, it's so easy for you to miss one if you don't plan it properly. It's so easy to hit your head on the edge of one of those tables, and that's actually worse. That's actually worse. Because if you go through the tables properly, when you're going through, like, both sets of tables, it actually kind of cushions your fall a little more. Whereas if you hit your head on the edge of the table, yeah, like, not good. Oh, he's offering himself up for sacrifice. Oof. Dark Order wins. That was a good fight without honor. I legit popped for the Legos, not gonna lie. Like, I was expecting something a little more hardcore like Glass, but Legos is that's not fun. That's not fun to get dropped on either. Have you ever stepped on a Lego accidentally? Okay, so yeah, it looks like Willow Nightingale and Athena are main eventing, which I think is kind of cool. I think that's the first time the women have main evented a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I do find it interesting that this is the replacement they had for Mark Briscoe. I don't know if Pac's done a lot of Ring of Honor shows, but it's a nice replacement. Even though it's kind of like a heel versus tweener situation, I guess you could say. But it makes sense that this would be the replacement, considering Pac walked out of the Blood and Guts match he was part of on Wednesday. this will be a good match. Pac and Claudio Castagnoli. Because Pac has a nice power game to his... Pac is a very versatile wrestler. So in addition to like a lot of the high-flying stuff he does, he's... Like, the dude's legitimately jacked. And he has, he's got a nice power game to him. Whereas Claudio Castagnoli is like... a legitimate fucking beast in the ring. Didn't really pick a warm-up there. He's doing squats, then he's doing jogging in place, now he's doing shadow boxing. Pac's just kind of sitting there, just push-ups, 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 push-ups. I think the only other title that's changing hands, especially considering Athena and Willow are main eventing, I think the women's world title is the only other title that's changing hands tonight. Yeah, this is base. I mean, championship matches usually have a 60-minute time limit. Wrestling matches very rarely go over a half hour. So I don't see these last two matches going more than an hour, so I think we're done at 11 tonight. I know I said we'll probably do some DAs, but that was only if we went a little bit longer. And I don't think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go more than an hour tonight. As bad as the timing can be on some AEW shows, Ring of Honor shows tend to try to keep things at a relatively good length. Wow, first match since 2007. Okay, so he has worked in Ring of Honor before. That's the cool thing about Ring of Honor, is because they were what was known as the super indie. A lot of like the big indie names, a lot of the big wrestlers on the independent scene during the 2000s worked in Ring of Honor at some point or another. So like people like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, if you believe the rumor that he's actually El Generico. Eddie Kingston's worked in Ring of Honor on multiple occasions. Bryan Danielson, he's a former Ring of Honor champion, same with CM Punk. Colt Cabana, never a world champion, but he won the tag titles with CM Punk. I think Mox might have done a couple of shows, a couple of Ring of Honor shows. There was a storyline where another company called CZW is doing an invasion, so I could imagine Mox might have been involved in that. I don't know for certain. Claudio, of course, in addition to the current Ring of Honor World Champion, is actually a former multiple-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champ with a man named Chris Hero. Someone who I really want to see in Ring of Honor at some point, and I can imagine maybe we get a surprise debut at the end of this match. I don't know. Because, like, here's the funny thing about this match. Originally, this is the second time they've had to change who Claudio's opponent was going to be. Because originally, it was going to be Eddie Kingston. But he's busy in Japan doing what's known as the G1 Climax, which is this massive tournament New Japan Pro Wrestling runs, where essentially the winner of the tournament gets a world championship match at Wrestle Kingdom, which is again New Japan's biggest show of the year. But it's kind of like the Royal Rumble, but it's got a longer lead time between the winner of the tournament earning that championship match and actually getting that championship match, because the winner of the tournament actually gets to defend their championship opportunity, over the course of from the end of August to the end of December, because usually, the end of November. Usually, the end of November is where they start solidifying matches for the Wrestle Kingdom card. Oh crap, that's Spathra. That's crazy. Yeah, Pac has done a lot of Ring of Honor shows even before he went to WWE. But like he went to WWE in, I want to say, 2014. Because when he was in WWE, he was known as Adrian Neville, and then just Neville. Like I think he did like. He probably did like a lot of British wrestling because he's from Newcastle, so he might have done like a lot of Progress and maybe ICW, maybe Rev Pro. It's weird. There's like 3 major promotions I can think of in British wrestling. There's Progress Wrestling, Rev Pro, and ICW, but there's tons of promotions around there. Like. I was trying to call for the big swing. Yeah, like when it came to the Blood and Guts match, they had to do a last-minute replacement for one of the wrestlers, Bryan Danielson, because he was hurt. He broke his arm basically at Forbidden Door. And my guess was going to be Claudio's former tag team partner Chris Hero was going to be the replacement. I was like legitimately shocked when Pac showed up and was like, "Yeah, I'm the 5th member of the Blackpool Combat Club's team." Give him the big swing on the entrance ramp. The crowd wants him to swing Pac one more time. But I don't think so. I think he's either going to go for the Ricola Bomb. He's going to call for either Ricola Bomb or the Ricola Bomb with a neutralizer. Okay, I gotta get out of this this forest because there's a lot of lag here. Gotta watch out for this Scyther. Oh god. I gotta move before this Phalanx charges me. Going for a big moonsault, I guess? Yep. Ooh, that was a nice moonsault, too. We the people. Oh, for fuck's sake. Some people in Jersey can't get over Cesaro's old, Claudio's old We the People gimmick with Jake Hager. Probably the same people who chanted cheeseburger at Leon Ruffin. And we got a table again. From under the ring, pay attention. Anytime I start randomly saying from under the ring, it's because the announcers are asking where something the wrestlers pulled out of the ring came from. Oof. That uppercut sent Pac flying, Jesus. Random Grafii. Man just mugging as Claudio got thrown into the barricade. I mean, the thing about Claudio's knee injury, or Claudio selling the knee here, is like, Pac doesn't really have a leg-based finisher. Claudio has the sharpshooter, but Pac's not really known, well, for submissions outside of the Brutalizer, which focuses on the arms and head. Sorry, the arms and neck. Let's first of all swap out our eggs. Why is gravity? Oh, okay, I think oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. They announced that Gravity's facing Pac on Dynamite. So if Pac were to win, Gravity would essentially be getting a title match in his AEW debut. Ooh. Super Brainbuster, that's not fun. Not fun to take. I mean, you kind of have to with a Super Brain Buster, right? Those are one of those moves, like, there's a specific way you have to do it, otherwise you're gonna fuck yourself up. I don't know what it is, I just know there's a certain way you have to do it. Moves like that are the reason why, like, I'm glad I talked myself out of this belief when I was in my mid-20s, like, I wanted to learn how to wrestle. It's like, fuck, that's never gonna... That would have been, like... Ooh, Gorilla Press. Not the conveniently placed table! Again! Lily just fucking yeeted him out of the ring into that table. Like, I do not say that, and I do not say that as an exaggeration. He fucking yeeted him! Just like... Like I said, Claudio Castagnoli is a legitimate fucking beast in the ring. He is probably one of the strongest wrestlers out there, like, legitimately. Besides maybe, like, off the top of my head, like, Cena. Cena's a guy who's got, like, some legit strength to him. Alright, so you got the hammer and anvil elbows, which is usually about when wrestlers kind of go for the neutralizer. Okay, neutralizer. Because Claudio's got two finishers that have like that kind of powerbomb style setup. There's the neutralizer, and then there's the Ricola bomb. Uh-oh. Caught him into the power bomb. Oh! An alley-oop bomb. Alright, he nails the neutralizer. I think that's it. No! Huh. I was about to say, yeah, 20-minute title defense. That's not what I was expecting. But yeah, it's fine. But no. Pac kicks out of the neutralizer. Yeah, I was wondering about that. They're saying a microscopic adjustment kind of saved Pack from taking like a whole bunch of impact, which was weird because like the way the neutralizer's usually done doesn't involve a wrestler kind of hanging freely. Oh, it's not 1575. I go for another rebound forearm. Yep. Yeah, one more egg to hatch and then I swap out. Oh! Hell of a lariat from Claudio. Oh. Thought I could get up on top of the, that was my last egg. Yeah, there's one of two times I could see Claudio dropping the Ring of Honor title. Either at AEW Grand Slam, which is their big New York show they do, it's at the tennis stadium, Arthur Ashe Tennis Stadium, or at Ring of Honor's Final Battle pay-per-view. He's getting better at selling a super kick. I'll give him that. Claudio's getting better at learning how to sell those super kicks. I think he's calling for a deadlift German. Hitting Claudio with a deadlift German. That's not something I'm used to seeing. Usually Claudio's the one that does the deadlift German suplexes. What a deadlift essentially is you know, what I mean by a deadlift German is like, essentially instead of picking, kind of going behind him while he's got his feet planted on the ground, you're essentially picking him up from like being flat face down on the ground and kind of, it's obviously meant to show your strength. Oh, corkscrew shooting star press, also known as the Black Arrow. Claudio catches him. Hits him with an uppercut to stun him. Looks like he's going for a deadlift superplex. There's no way. I've seen Claudio do this to bigger men than Pac. Or he's gonna go for a Super Frankensteiner. Unless Claudio catches him and goes for a Super Ricola. Oh no! He's either going for a Super Neutralizer or a Super Ricola Bomb. Oh, Super Ricola Bomb. 20-minute title defense. I called it. Nope. Oh! Countered the Super Ricola Bomb into a Super Frankensteiner. Alright, on for the Black Arrow. Claudio rolls out of the way. Goddamn King Kong Lariat. Ricola Bomb. Oh no. Pac counters into the Brutalizer. I like this match. This is a good match. Like, it's really kind of got me on my toes. Just hit someone with a slow and drop to break the, try to break the brutalizer. Claudio just standing up, because again, fucking beast. Oh. Oh, he's going up on the top. Air raid crash? Air raid crash! Ooh. That's not fun for the shoulders and neck. I guess it's more the shoulders than the shoulders and neck, but some packs up first. Generally, the storytelling thing is there is the first person. Yuta! What the fuck, Yuta? Oh, well, yeah, you gotta distract Pax so he can... Running Ricola Bomb. Alright, so yeah, it was about a 20-minute title defense. Which means they're gonna give some time to fucking Willow and Athena. I love it. I mean... there's a way they can kind of stretch this out a little to get it to the half hour mark for Willow and Athena, but like I expect there to be some kind of surprise debut here, but oh, the Lucha Brothers, because they were in a tag team with for those of you who remember my AEW Fight Forever, they were in a tag team with Pac called Death Triangle. This is where the surprise debut comes in, because right now it's a numbers game. If Chris Hero comes in, I'm gonna scream. Oh wait, the best friends. What? The fuck? Orange Cassidy, who's in a team with the best friends. Orange Cassidy's from New Jersey? Really? I didn't know that. What the fuck is up with Trent's eye? Huh. Well, I guess we're not getting a Chris Hero debut. But yeah, it doesn't make sense why you get Orange Cassidy and the best friends involved here. AR Fox? Oh yeah, AR Fox has a title match against Orange Cassidy on Dynamite this week. Bubblegum and magic. Oh, hello, Shiny Sneasel. Where's the Sneasel? There it is, right there. That is 3 shinies we've gotten tonight. None of them a starter. Oh boy. They're spamming the B button right now. Alright, let's check. Nope, no mark. So we'll call that 1580. John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli vs. Lucha Brothers and the Best Friends. Such a weird, random pairing there. Like, you could have easily fixed this just by debuting Chris Hero. But yeah. I guess there's still time. That's good that they're main eventing with this though. Because Willow, she had to drop her New Japan Strong Women's Championship last week. So yeah, this is the only other title I could see changing hands tonight, is the Women's Championship. So I said the Women's Championship, right? Not the World Championship, the Women's Championship. Yeah, 60-minute time limit. I don't think it's going more than a half hour. I wiggle for Willow. That's a sign a fan brought. Willow's got her family here. That's either gonna be really good for her or really bad. Yeah, the funny thing, Willow winning the New Japan Strong Women's Championship was a very last minute. I'm talking like it was a decision made during the match because Mercedes broke her ankle. And Mercedes Moné is former WWE superstar Sasha Banks, just to clarify. Oh, she brought the wings back. Also, this almost sounds like Lizzie Hale singing her theme. That is Lizzie Hale. Huh. The lead singer of Hailstorm. That was the cool thing about having champions involved, is that if the champions get pinned, they kind of, due to AEW's decisions of to take champions seriously. First time ever, women have main evented a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. And I think this is the first time the women have made a main eventer pay-per-view Tony Khan's written for. But it's really the best choice they could have made. Yeah, no, that's right. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, Willow's from New Jersey, I think. I want to see if I can at least get to 1,600 eggs tonight. Ooh. Got the chain wrestling. I never noticed Willow has a tattoo on her arm, actually. Cartwheel to get out of an Irish whip. That's different. Oh, it's not really different, but it's nice. It's a nice way to show their athleticism. Oh, Three Amigos. Calling for the Three Amigos. Well, not calling. She's doing the Three Amigos. She's hitting. Oh, she tried to go for the Three Amigos. Oh. Okay, I thought that was a 3 count for a second. But essentially, Athena counted the third suplex into a small package, and then Willow, at 2, rolled over to pin Athena for a 1. What the Three Amigos basically is, it's like a trio of snap suplexes. It was something Eddie Guerrero was famous for. Ooh, oh. Why are they laughing? I mean, okay, the fact that they're laughing tells me Willow's winning. Because normally, when you have the parents at a ringside, it's there to kind of help sell the fact they're worried about their child. The fact that Willow's mother is laughing, you could clearly see Willow's mother laughing there, tells me Willow's winning. Which, I mean, it's not necessarily going to ruin the match for me, the fact that, like, they're potentially spoiling the ending for me. You know? Because, like, for me, I could know the ending of a match, but as long as I'm having fun watching it, that doesn't matter. That's why I always scoff people say, well, you know it's fake, why do you watch it? Because I have fun watching it. You know, fucking Walking Dead ain't real. People still watch that for some reason. You know, all those people who were losing their shit over the casting of The Little Mermaid. You know, Little Mermaid ain't fucking real, right? I got to swap my eggs again. Goddamn, Pounce knocked Athena across the ring. Jesus Christ. Wanted to check those hop in. See if we get like shiny number 4 tonight. I mean, we might still get another shiny. I'm just hoping it's one of the starters. Especially if it's Fuecoco, that takes Fuecoco off the list finally. Oof, hell of a spine buster from Willow. The focus Willow has there too, that tells me she's winning here. Because a lot of times you can tell wrestlers will sometimes give away the finish in like how they react as they walk to the ring. Like a lot of times if there's like some serious focus there that tells you, okay, they're winning. But my thing has always been, I don't care if I know how it ends, if I'm having fun during most of the match. If it does, you know, I try not to let it affect my fun during a match, right? Ooh, brutal forearm. Holy hell! That was an interesting move, like a Canadian backbreaker into a GTS. That's one of those moves, it could have gone south really badly, but it looked nice. It looked really nice. Thank you, Riccaboni. I love Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman's chemistry when it comes to like commentary. Oh, not going for the cannonball, just going for a diving cross body. Powerbomb on the apron. Powerbomb on the apron. I go for a DVD. Oof. Cannonball into the steps. What I love is like this crowd is so clearly behind Willow. Like even when I watched her wrestle in Toronto for the women's championship match, like people love Willow. She's over. What I mean by when I say over is like the crowd loves her. The crowd like gets behind her essentially. Being over is like a wrestling term for like popular essentially. Dodge a super kick. Ah, shit. 15 minutes to do. Oh, wait, no. Hang on. No. Yeah, it's 95. Yeah. No. Yeah. Oh, so close. Sumi Sakai, oh wow, yeah. Sumi Sakai was a huge part of Ring of Honor's women's division. In fact, when they first revived the women's division in, I want to say, 2019, Sumi Sakai was, sorry, 2018, maybe? 2018, Sumi Sakai was their first women's champion. And that revived the women's division. That Rampage? Nope. Royal Butterfly. A butterfly. That's not Kelly Klein's finisher, I know that much. Oh, wait. Sarah Del Rey. Who was a huge part of Ring of Honor's women's division in the 2000s. And now she's a trainer in the WWE Performance Center. Heart Punch. That's an old school one. Daisy Hayes. Man, that's a name I haven't heard of in a long time. Once again, Daisy Hayes, huge part of Ring of Honor's women's division in the 2000s. Knock the bomb? Nope. Oh! Oh, tribute to Daphne. Spinning Netbreaker, tribute to Daphne. Oh, Alexis Lurie. Okay, Mickey James. I forgot Mickey was in Ring of Honor at one point. But that's a nice callback, a nice touch by having kind of referencing the history of Ring of Honor's women's division. You know? Which, it makes sense, because it's the first time the women have main evented a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. You bring up the history of Ring of Honor's women's division. Uh-oh. Whoa! Mischief, wow. That's a callback. Wait, that's a oh no. They were trying to psych herself up. Deadlift powerbomb. I don't think they'd go through all this history though and not end it with a feel-good moment. That pile driver was insane. Okay, so she's calling for her finisher, the O-face. Which is essentially a corkscrew diving stunner. No. One more batch of eggs. Whoa, diving Death Valley driver. K2. That's Kelly Klein's finisher. Hang on. Did I get my numbers right here? Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm already at 1600. I'll just say I'm already at 1600. We'll finish this box though. Might as well. They gotta be going to the finish though. Like... Well, she's absolutely being baited in. Ooh, throwing her into the steps. Going up for the O-face. Nobody kicks out of the O-face. Sorry, I kind of saw it coming, but at the same time, it's like watching her kick out. Like, the O-face is a really protected finishing move. Almost nobody... I've never seen anybody kick out of it. Well, okay, I've seen somebody kick out of it once, but it was a botch. Yeah, having Willow kick out of a finisher that's as protected as the O-Face, that if I wasn't sure before, this right here is clarification that Willow's winning, and I love it. Dr. Bomb. Paige and Dr. Bomb. I thought she was winning off of that. Come on. Come on, Willow. Oh, she's going for a Super Dr. Bomb. Wait. I don't like where this is going. She's gonna go for another O-Face. Oh no. Don't break my heart again, Ring of Honor. You already did with Eddie Kingston. Don't do it with Willow. No. Oh, the label lock. Willow. No, come on. Oh, Willow's got her up. Breaks the hold. Or it doesn't break the hold, but it takes the pressure off. Oh. Come on. Come on. No. No, she's out. That broke my heart. They did it again, those sons of bitches. Sons of bitches. Oh, Athena's heel work here is perfect, though. As much as that loss broke my heart, I love how she's just kind of drinking it in. Oh, it wasn't a label lock, it's just a regular crossface. Okay. Took me a second to do. Two Ring of Honor pay-per-views in a row where they just fucking broke my heart. Okay, one more batch of eggs. Athena showing respect to Willow. Oh no, that's just Athena's theme still. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this batch of eggs and I'm gonna call it a night. Oh, oh, that ending broke my heart. That ending completely broke my heart. Let's turn up the desktop audio. Oh, I saw a shiny Shinx over here, that's why I kind of came back. And we'll, but that was a hell of a match. It was a good show. I think the fact that I got left heartbroken at the end didn't really ruin it for me like it did with Super Card of Honor. Because like Super Card of Honor, I don't think the match quality was nearly as good. I swapped out my eggs, right? Good. Plus, like I said, the rest of the matches on this card were still very, very solid matches. Like, there wasn't any match where I really lost interest at all. I think they did a good job with kind of keeping it to a tight 3 hours. Like I said before, with AEW shows, they can. I've seen AEW shows go upwards of 6 hours. It's ridiculous. But especially considering basically all the matches for this show were announced within the last 3 days. It was a good show. I think the bulk of the card was announced last night on Ring of Honor TV. I say TV, I say TV as if it's like not locked to their stupid Honor Club service. And let's up this to 1610. Yet. Is that shiny? Yes! Shiny Froakie! God damn. Oh. That's 4 shinies tonight. Shiny Go-Goat, shiny Deerling, shiny Sneasel, and now shiny Froakie. Finish hatching these eggs, we'll check, I guess check the stats and then evolve that Froakie into a Greninja. I might get my Froakie line done before Community Day at this rate. I mean, who knows? It took a while between both shiny Fuecocos I got. I think that was 4, so this next one... No, that was... Okay, that was 4, yeah. So we only have 1 more egg left to hatch. Here we go. Number 1610, give or take. So that Froakie would have been 1607. $1607. Let's go ahead and evolve this guy. Brings up to 41. No, we're not teaching you Lick. No, we're not teaching you Water Pulse. No, we're not teaching you Smoke Screen. No, we're not teaching you Round. No, we're not teaching you Fling. No, we're not teaching you Smackdown. No, we're not teaching you Substitute, although we probably should, but we're not. Bounce. No. Alright. There's our shiny Froakie, evolving into a shiny Frogadier. Ooh. I kinda like shiny Frogadier. Alright, I wanna check something before I evolve this. I wanna see if there's any moves. Remember moves. Nothing new there, so we'll just evolve. We'll just evolve the Frogadier into Greninja now. Takes us to 71. Also want to bounce. No. Double team. No. Hydro pump. No. And there's our shiny Greninja. Look at that! Look at that, it's beautiful! Beautiful! That's our Water Shuriken. Hell yeah, we're teaching them that. We need to give it an ability capsule, though. Get rid of Water Gun. And then we'll just max out its level, because we can. Max out its level, because we can. And let's give him... There's my ability patch. Put Greninja. Box. Rest of these folks. Oh wow, we were almost done. Our eggs too. We pushed it really close to the edge there. Anyways, that is going to be it for us tonight. So thank you all so much for joining in. If you would like to follow on social media or join our awesome Discord community, links as always are in the chat off to the side. Thank you. We will be back tomorrow with some more Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Hopefully we can try to get past Brig. But until next time, I'm Kira Kennedy. Thank you all so much for joining in, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace!